Oh, my big fat hand. Well, it's not really that fat, but hey. All right, so here we go. This is the evening Orchid corvair that I started, I think 6 years ago, and I was an idiot. I cut, rubbed, polished. I never finished it. Cut it all open, and then I left it out in the weather for 5 years, 6 years in the beating Northern California sun. And we're talking way north. We're not talking San Francisco. We're talking way north. And the sun just beat it to death. The clear coat exploded. I wasn't really happy about it. So anyways, I'm in the process of stripping it back down and redoing the whole car. Jesus. It's just a ton of work, but I'm stripping it back down to the primer coat. I should say most of the way to the primer coat. I am probably not going to strip it all the way down. I stripped all the clear off down to the base coat, and I'm going to seal it and rebase it. I wasn't really happy with the color. The color match was not perfect. I'm on now my third color match to the original evening Orchid color, and I think I have it this time. It has to be right. Not that you're ever going to see another evening Orchid at the same car show that you go to, but I want it to be correct. So I had a company back east match or pull the original codes and then try to match the color. And I think they got it pretty dead on. I haven't done a spray out on it yet, but it is very, very close. So anyways, just a little update on the evening Orchid car. It will be nice. It will be for sale. This car is a 110 automatic originally, optioned with the tinted glass, white interior, and rear antenna. The only thing that I am not happy about is it's an automatic. But I do have another one. It is a 140 Monza 4-speed. So that car I will probably end up keeping, but it's also optioned identical to this. White interior except for the engine. It's a 140 with the 4-speed, and it also has a telescopic steering wheel. But I'm going to try to get this car painted here in the next few weeks. Let's see, what month are we in? Oh, today is December 1st. So hopefully it will come to fruition here in a few. Here's my daily driver. I just brought it into my brand new glorified carport. Did some much needed front end lubrication. I was starting to hear some little popping noises in the front ball joints, and that did not make me happy. But I've been driving this car daily for about a year now. I probably put 12 to anywhere from 12 to 1,400 miles a month I put on this car, driving back and forth to work, to town near me that's 23, 25 mile round or one-way trip. And then I beat it around town. This car is just so much fun to drive. It's a 61 Lakewood 500 model. So bare bones, really nothing. I took the engine out of my ratty 63 convertible that I took off the road almost 5 years ago now. The engine that I first started out in this car was an 80 horsepower. The previous owner had converted it to a 4-speed. It had the 80 horsepower engine. It was not correct. It didn't have the correct dipstick and all that stuff. So it was out of a standard car, but it ran great. But then one day I was driving it and I heard this little noise and I thought it was a rod knock. So I just said, to heck with it. Pulled the engine out of the convertible, which is an 80 horsepower engine with 102 horsepower heads. So a little bit higher compression, and it just runs and runs and runs. I mean, it runs so good that now I think I might have to put a new clutch in it. Once you start winding this thing out, she starts losing grip on the clutch, but it is just a fun car to drive. And I thoroughly enjoy it, driving it to work every day. I drive a 58 mile round trip every day. I've only had a few little issues, nothing that got me had to be towed home on a trailer or anything, but I had generator blowout, so rebuilt the generator, put a new regulator. I lost universal joint. I drove it all the way home. It's just clattering a little bit, no big deal. Under load, you can't hear it. Let's see, two clutch cables now. I'm on my second clutch cable, which I bought a very, very nice aircraft, I believe it's aircraft stainless braided cable, and it works beautifully. And I'm going to throw a plug out to Roger Parent, who makes that clutch cable. He also makes some other really neat things that I'm going to put in one of my own personal cars that I'm going to be building here shortly. Linkages, bell cranks, all that stuff. He makes some really, really nice products. Even though I haven't used them, I've seen them in other cars, and just really, really good quality stuff. Heim joint linkages that just make everything so positive. But yeah, this car is just a kick in the rear to drive. And even though as ratty as it looks, lots of thumbs up. Everywhere I go, I have people that have never even seen a wagon before, and they think they're really rare, even though they built like, I don't know, 22,000 of the 61s. 62s are really rare, but yeah, these are just such a fun car. And I like unique. I like cars that not everybody has. They're definitely not a speed demon. In my 30 some odd year career of building cars and customs and things like that, I still have so much fun with these things. Even though as ratty as it looks, it's still fun. And people leave me alone. Even if I won the lottery and won millions and millions of dollars, I'd probably still drive this thing. Just the way it looks. People won't ask you for money. So, anyways. Well, we're going to get back on this and get to work. It's pretty late right now, and I still have to work tomorrow, so you guys all have a good evening, and if I don't make another video, have a happy Christmas and a good New Year. We'll talk to you later.